the defendant would actually put alcohol in Jane Doe's bottle to get her to sleep better. I know that had those deputies, if they hadn't noticed something was wrong and taken Jane Doe from her parents, that she would have not survived.
In the summer of 2018, deputies from the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department conducted an investigation regarding a call of shots fired in the city of Ranch Cucamonga. It was there that Deputy Mike Richardson noticed that there was something horribly wrong with a baby at the scene.
So when I told him we're gonna have AMR come and check out your baby, and he says, no, she's okay, she's just tired, she eats plenty, and no wasn't an option. I wasn't gonna leave there without AMR coming to at least check out the baby.
Paramedics from American Medical Response arrived and began treating the infant. What everybody saw next was shocking.
As soon as AMR took the towel off, then you could see the sores. She was extremely malnourished. You can, once they unwrapped her, you can definitely see that the little baby was malnourished. They made the decision at that time to rush her to the hospital.
The infant was then transported to Loma Linda University Children's Hospital, where she was treated by forensic pediatrician Dr. Melissa Siccamma.
So Paige had severe malnutrition. She was significantly underweight. She was the weight of a newborn, less than an average newborn actually. She had skin infection with a yeast under her neck and her diaper area. She had no subcutaneous fat, meaning she had no fat under her skin of her butt. It was apparent on her buttocks, arms and legs, her chest. Her ribs and bones were visible in her chest. She had signs of dehydration, so not receiving enough fluid. She had electrolyte abnormalities, meaning the electrolytes in her blood were significantly abnormal due to her not getting enough nutrition and enough hydration. She had refeeding syndrome, which is a syndrome that babies, children, and adults can get if they've been starved for prolonged periods of time.
While our miracle baby Paige is growing stronger in the hospital every day, Jessica Shears with the Department of Children and Family Services came onto this case to make sure that Paige would thrive well past her stay at the hospital.
Once the case was assigned to me, I did meet with the foster parent, which is now her adoptive mother, to just see how things were going and how that initial adjustment was going. She did seem to adjust very well, and the foster parent did phenomenal with her. I mean, they really did strike a bond very quickly.
While Paige was being cared for, Deputy District Attorney Morrissa Cardoza spearheaded the criminal prosecution to seek justice for little Paige.
Although her parents said that they fed her often, they did admit to sometimes feeding her only juice in the bottle instead of formula. And during the jury trial in this case, after Mom pled guilty to the child abuse causing GBI, she testified against Mr. Petranzi, and for the first time revealed that the defendant would actually put alcohol in Jane Doe's bottle to get her to sleep better, and would blow marijuana smoke in her face to help her sleep because she was constantly crying, which we know now was because of the pain of not being fed properly. Seeing such a helpless child with so many obvious medical issues, the pictures are always the toughest. This case, fortunately, we were also able to show the jurors at the end what Jane Doe looked like months later when she had been fully restored to good health.
Today, Paige is a happy and healthy 2-year-old little girl living in a home that loves her tremendously.
I've been a foster parent for a little over 3 years. She grabbed my finger and she's just never let go. And from the time she can talk or anyone telling her, when she's learning commands, for lack of better words, They would, go to mom, go to mom, give it to mom. And she immediately knew I was mom. She knew dad. She knew brother and sister. Everybody, even my dad, she knew right away that's a grandpa. And she knows his voice when he calls us. And I have to put it on speaker so she can hear him. But immediately, it was like she was meant to be. She's in the right place. She keeps us on our toes. She is a feisty little thing. Super funny. So much energy.
Thankfully, the foster family that initially took Paige in fell in love with her and decided that Paige had found her forever home. This is when Children and Family Services lead worker Sonja Flowers came onto the case to make sure that these long-term plans for Paige were seen through.
I'm just so very happy that I was a part of her journey, that I was able to solidify that family and make that her forever home. I'm so happy that that family opened their home to Paige, not knowing who she was, what she was about, just unconditional love for her. And I'm just so proud to have been a part of that journey and to know that she is going to be okay.
Thanks to these deputy sheriffs, Paige is alive today.
So in the end, I think it really was just a miracle that these deputies were put in front of Jane Doe when they were, for a totally unrelated incident. And they could have just done their investigation to the shots fired and moved on. But as soon as they noticed that something was off about Jane Doe, they really made her the focus of their investigation, and they jumped into action. They questioned witnesses. They immediately called the Children's Assessment Center to get doctors involved. They really saved Jane Doe's life. And this case is just a perfect example of the cooperation between law enforcement, between the DA's office, between social services and the medical staff, Dr. Siccamma and her staff at Loma Linda.